Hey everyone, this is Prince Watercress, and welcome to a brand new Let's Play. This time around, it is Superboy 3 for the Sega Master System, originally for the MSX. Based on Super Mario World, it seems a little better, but just like Superboy 1 and 2, the crap factor is still the same. Also, if you wait on the title screen long enough, Superboy winks at you. Anyway, let's start off with the first of 16 rounds. And already I'm picking up a face. That acts as one of the dragon coins. Pick up 5 at any point and you will get an extra life. And of course we have these flying question mark blocks, which of course will give us power-ups, as well as coins. These things are easier to get this time around, both power-ups and extra lives. You'll easily be able to accrue 10 in this game, unlike the first two games. And of course we got the usual suspects in terms of enemies here. We got Rexes, we got the Bonsai Bills, we got these nippers that never go into the pipes. To get past the nippers, you want to pass by as soon as they go up the screen, so that way you'll be able to get past them before they make their way down and hit you. And that's pretty much it for round 1. You're probably wondering why my voice sounds a little better. That's because I actually got it so that the mic is closer to my mouth as well as to my face. I don't have it strapped to my headphones like I did in the last update video. And so far I've managed to get this to work pretty well. And there's a Fire Flower. Again, easier to get than in the first two games. There are 3 power-ups for Superboy. There's the little beam thing that turns us into Superboy. There's the Fire Flower that will of course let you shoot fireballs. And there is a little Yin Yang / Pepsi logo that will allow you to be invincible for a couple seconds for as long as the invincibility music is playing. At the end of every stage, you'll fight off this Hammer Brother. You basically have an end of round boss. And he's easy for the time being. All he does is just move back and forth in the first 4 rounds. But in later rounds, he will spit fireballs and he will double back as soon as he notices that you're behind him. These end of round bosses do get a little more difficult later on. New enemies here, the Monty Moles. They'll just pop out of the walls here. Take 1 hit to kill. And you got the Koopas. They act much like their Super Mario World counterparts. Now, the Koopas here are a little different because you hit them once, they turn into a shell, and the second time you jump on them, they actually go forwards. If you land on them a 3rd time, you will kill them off immediately, whether it be with a jump or with a fireball from the Fire Flower. And of course, that is the Pepsi logo / Yin Yang icon in action, which of course makes Mario flash a lot and turn invincible for about 5 seconds. And there's really not much else I can say about round 2. The heads-up display at the very top of the screen is pretty much self-explanatory. S-Boy and the number below it is the amount of lives you have. The number of faces you have are, of course, like the Dragon Coins in Super Mario World. Collect 5 and get an extra life. Next to that, where the Pepsi logo / Yin Yang icon is, that's the power-up that you currently have in your possession. Next to that, the amount of coins you have. Collect 50 normal coins to get an extra life. You have the time, the amount of time you have left in the stage, and then your current score. Basically, anything you do in this game will give you a bunch of points, so that's pretty much it. I don't think you can get lives based off how many points you have. And the invincibility lets us tear through enemies that you usually wouldn't be able to destroy, such as the little nipper plants that go in and out, go up and down around the pipes. You can also use it to kill bosses in 1 hit too, assuming you're lucky enough to actually have invincibility when you reach the boss. And it doesn't take long for the boss to be vulnerable again after you hit it, whether it was with a jump or a fireball. You only have to wait like about a second and you can immediately go in for the kill again. want to be careful while jumping on the bosses though, because you can still get hurt if you don't move out of the way after you jump on the boss and get a successful hit. And round 3 introduces these platforms. Now, they do go down and to the right, they do go down and forwards, but you have to move along with them. The game does not have the courtesy to remember where you are on the platform, and if you stay on the platform, you're eventually going to slip off and you're going to fall into the bottomless pit below. So apparently, Zemina still couldn't program some stuff right. Also, the music seems to go loud and quiet. It seems to be louder in some parts sometimes while I'm doing stuff. The game actually does this. I've seen this in other videos of the game in action as well. So it's not just you. Also here, you're supposed to use the platform to get up here, but I forgot to wait for that Koopa to go to the right, and therefore I have to make a running jump off of that block. Running is a little different in this game. No longer do you have to tap the button and then Mario will just go fast for as long as you're holding left or right on the control pad. You actually have to hold the 2 button down. And because the jump and run buttons are reversed, you have to still jump with 1 and you still run with 2, this is a rather annoying setback that you have to get used to. More likely than not, you're probably going to be playing this on emulator, and this can be easily countered by playing this with a PlayStation controller and moving the button 2 function to the square button, or X if you're playing on an Xbox 360 or Xbox One controller, or any Xbox controller really. And we're at the boss again. Because we have the fire flower, we don't have to jump on this guy. We can just shoot fireballs at this guy until he dies. And the fireballs work better in this game compared to the first 2, and they actually get some distance. They actually bounce a little bit forward before they eventually disappear. And you can see that the game improves on stuff such as the music, the game mechanics, and I want to say the controls, but again, you're dealing with something where you're dealing with an NES-style controller, and B and A, or in this case 1 and 2, are reversed. Also, we have these little black spiky things moving across the water. You can actually destroy those with 3 fireballs or 3 jumps. They actually are not indestructible. Actually, it's 2 and not 3. And I just took a dumb hit there. I will be dying in this game. Believe it or not, this game is slightly easier than the first 2 games, assuming you can actually get used to running with the 2 button or remapping to a button that's easier to reach on the controller if you're using, because again, you're probably going to be playing this on emulator anyway. Also, those logs will sink the longer you stand on them, so you just want to keep jumping on them in case you have the weight on them for whatever reason. And, oh no, I died! We're gonna go back to the beginning of the level, right? No, we're not. We have checkpoints in this game. You actually have checkpoints in this game, and I forgot to jump in that point. Thankfully, lives are easy to accrue in this game. So yeah, you can actually die in this game and not feel bad because you're not going to get sent to the beginning of the stage, and you won't be at the mercy of a really bad RNG where power-ups will never show up when you need them to. Or ever in the case of the first 2 games. So we got that working out for us, and that's pretty nice. Getting close to the end of the stage now. Of course, we don't have our trusty fireball, so we're going to have to fight the boss the normal way, but as long as we can get an extra hit, we should be good. There's our super bean. I'm assuming that's a bean. I can't really tell what that is. Oh, we have our fireball again. Good. And of course, you definitely want to be careful in the water because you can't jump in that. If you do jump in, you're going to lose a life and you're going to be sent back to the next checkpoint. And I do something stupid here. As soon as I turn around to try to reposition myself, I immediately land in the drink and I'm taken close to the end of the stage. Again, I hit a checkpoint, so it's not like I got sent back to the beginning of the stage. Also, I'm still gaining more lives than I'm losing here, due to the fact you can get a lot of coins and there's quite a few faces that act as the dragon coins that you can grab. And here, I can grab these coins, except for that last one. The game doesn't even let me. But we do have our fireball, so we're able to fight off the boss again. And that is the first 4 rounds of the game completed. Join me next time where I go through rounds 5 through 8. Until then, this is Prince Watercress. Take care, stay safe, and thanks for watching!